Good afternoon, students. I am speaking to you today to give you just a little more insight about your third journal entry, responding to a celebrity bounce back story. So as you know, your current essay assignment is to write your own bounce back story. So that's the tie-in with our journal for this unit. And let's just, I want to help you provide better, more developed responses for this third journal entry. So let's take another look at the actual directions, right? And walk through this with me. So first, find a celebrity and or notable person's bouncing back or bounce back story online in which they discuss resiliency and coming back from a failure or a challenging life event. This should be a personal story or narrative and not just a motivational video about bouncing back. So this is very important, and I want to give you a couple of examples because in class I've shown you videos, celebrity videos in which notable people tell their own personal stories about coming back or having experiencing failure. One example is Pitbull. If you recall, early in the semester in Unit 1, we watched a couple of different pieces, one interview in particular where he talked about his own life, right? Remember, he was talking about role models and people who have influenced him, but he also talked about some challenges that he had to come back from or to overcome. And part of that was sort of his start in life. That's a personal story, right? But we've also viewed some motivational videos about bouncing back, and some of those I've put online in modules. So make sure that you understand the difference between an individual just generally talking about how to bounce back and how to overcome adversity versus a notable person, just somebody, a person who most of us would recognize, talking about their own personal life, right? And how they came back from some kind of failure or challenge, etc. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, goes without saying, watch the video, okay? This doesn't have to be a long one. Most of them are probably 5 minutes. Some of them might be a little bit longer. Watch it. You probably want to watch it maybe twice, a couple of times, right? Number three, and this is the important step, think about what you watched and then respond. So this is the part of the directions that I really want to focus on today. This is the reflective part. Thinking back to what you just watched, processing it, reflecting on it, really thinking about that person's story and responding to the story. So when you're responding to someone else's bounce back story, what I'm looking for in this journal entry is how you connect with that story, how you respond to that story. I'm looking to see that you've really done some thinking about it, and you're connecting, you're responding, you are reflecting. Now this is very different from summarizing what you watched, right? I'm not looking for you to summarize the person's bounce back story. I'm looking for you to respond and reflect to the personal story, not summarize. So that's a very important difference and distinction there. Make sure that you think, reflect, and respond. Don't just summarize. And finally, write a paragraph responding to and sharing your own opinion about this person's story. So after you've thought about it, you've reflected, in your response, you're going to share your opinion about the person's story. So this is your reflection, your thoughts, your opinion about the person's story. Your paragraph should include a topic sentence. This provides focus for the paragraph. It tells me the gist of what the rest of the paragraph is going to be about. And then supporting sentences, these relate back to the topic sentence. They explain, elaborate, expand, really go into detail about what you introduced in your topic sentence. And then examples. Examples help your supporting sentences elaborate. So the supporting sentences are discussion and explanation that relate back to the topic sentence, and then the examples just further clarify and elaborate on the supporting sentences. And then finally, a concluding sentence to your paragraph to wrap it all up, provide some kind of smooth closure to your thoughts and your response. Finally, after you've typed up your response in paragraph form following this structure, copy and paste the video link of your celebrity bounce back story at the top of your document. Then skip a line and begin your paragraph. So you do want to have the link copied at the top, a space or two, and then your paragraph begins. Remember to indent the first line, the first sentence of your paragraph. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Okay, thanks, and I look forward to reading your third journals. One more thing, your second journals and your first ones are both graded and available with my comments, so make sure that you take a look at my comments, especially on the second journal, before you submit your third journal. And, I'm sorry, one more thought while we're speaking of grades. Take another look at the rubric for grading your journals. Remember, journals are roughly 5% of your overall grade. Okay, I am grading these, so they're worth a little bit more than homework, but it's not a formal assignment. It's not like an essay, but it is worth a little bit more than a homework grade. Notice I have two criteria here, description and thoughtfulness. You know, does the reflection provide specific details and rich description in the writing? There's excellent, which goes above and beyond in providing rich details and examples. There's good, you answer the question, you provide details. 3, just an okay job, you answer the question, but you don't really provide adequate details. And then thoughtfulness, this is worth 5 points. Does the author provide thoughtful responses and demonstrates clear, reflective thinking? Right, for the full 5 points, excellent, goes above and beyond. Really very thoughtful. You demonstrate that you've taken time and you've really reflected and thought about the story. A good job demonstrates solid reflection. Okay, you did the assignment, you fulfilled it. 3, this is somewhat thoughtful, but needs some more work. So that's the rubric. And then last but not least, one more thing, sorry. This is the PowerPoint, just a quick reminder, the PowerPoint that we went over at the beginning of the semester. Reflecting is thinking about how you think, right? In this case, thinking about your response to the celebrity bounce back story, right? And this is just a reminder that you're going to be writing these reflections or journals throughout the semester. They're evaluated or graded based on use of specific details and evidence of thoughtfulness, that it is a well-rounded, well-developed, comprehensive, it's a full, thorough response. All right, so again, let me know if you have any questions. This is due before the end of the week. I believe your third journal is due on April 3rd before midnight at 11:59 p.m. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.